early. They're talking like a month.
%100,000% agree. It is very apparent, especially in like if it's your first relationship coming out of your home. That should hit you, boy.
If my parents were really affectionate towards me, I would be the same towards my partner, and I would expect it, because if my parents are affectionate towards me, then I would go on the assumption that they're affectionate to each other.
In my home, like my family, there's a lot of pressure. My family's a very, not to sound, douchey, but my family's a very like notable and high performing family, I guess.
That's a standard that I'm gonna set for myself. I do want, I'm not talking like PDA now, like I'm not gonna be out here doing the most in public, but like with me and my partner, yeah, I'm going to expect that you're gonna be affectionate. I'm going to be affectionate because that's how I was raised.
So there's a lot of pressure that is passed down, and my mother is very, very strict, very hard, very like, why aren't you getting, A+, whatever? Why aren't you working 2 jobs? Why aren't you, doing this? Why do you have debt? Shouldn't you have paid your debts off already? She's very like on everything.
My parents aren't necessarily very affectionate, so I don't think I'm overly affectionate either. I think maybe a little bit, but I don't think I'm overly affectionate, so I don't think I'd be in a relationship going all crazy lovey-dovey. But I probably want to do some of it for my kids. Like I try to be really, I would try when I get my kids, I try to be over affectionate or just affectionate with my kids so they know what love is.
It's a good thing to have a small amount of pressure, I think, because it forces you to be better. But then once the pressure gets too great, you just get apathetic and you stop caring, right? So I mean, and also you don't get much love. Tough love is tough love. Tough love is not synonymous with love, period. They're not one and the same. So that became very apparent to me when I was entering my first relationship, because my partner at that time was definitely not from a background where they had a lot of love in their family.
Especially for my daughter. So I don't want the first time some guy flirts with her or compliments her, she thinks, oh my gosh, like that will help them develop standards like, this is how my father treats me, this is how my family treats me, and if you're not going to match that or be better, then why am I leaving the comfort of my home going by you?
It became very apparent on both sides, because it was like I wanted a lot of space, because I was like, oh, love can be tough love, and love is, I only knew how to receive love as tough love, right? So like tenderness was like, what is that? I don't like that shit, you're gonna lie to me or some shit, something's gonna happen, right? So just anticipating, and then it didn't work out. But whereas on the other hand, they were, how do I say? They were like addicted almost,
When, like it's kind of like setting standards, helping them love themselves, helping them develop morals and like all of that. Yeah, I do that for my kids.
So they were like, oh my gosh, finally someone who cares to me, someone who wants me. Is like, oh, I want this person constantly, and it's just clashed so hard. But so neither of us knew how to, be sensible with it, for lack of a better word. So we just ended up fighting, which was stupid, because the whole purpose of entering a relationship was because we had liked each other, and we ended up hating each other at the end because neither of us knew how to just sit down and like each other, right? All we knew was how to fight and stupid this. So I find that it becomes very apparent.
Ooh, spend discipline, goal setting. Okay,
so show your partner your bank account early. So we're talking about, this is how much money I got working with, or these are my last 7 bank statements over the last months. This is every record of every transaction that has happened, right?
I agree. Like, I don't see a downside to showing it. I mean, unless you have too much money where you don't want, but transfer some of that money into another account.
When they say early, they're talking like a month? Because I don't know, I feel like when you and your partner get together, I still believe in maintaining separate bank accounts.
And I don't think it has to, your partner, it doesn't have to be early. I don't think they have to know exactly, like I was saying, everything that you do with your money, but I feel like at some point, y'all gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah. What's the reason behind hiding your bank account from your significant other? Like, if we in a relationship and we planning a future together, essentially we will at some point need to know what finances, to know how we dealing with it, like how to raise this household or how to evolve together.
You don't need to see mine, I don't need to see yours. If anything, we can create a joint account for our bills, like rent. If we're going to be doing this together, that's what we can do. But we're still going to have separate bank accounts. Like, you need to have enough trust in me, and you're like to know, like, okay, this is how I spend my money, this is how you spend your money. At the end of the day, as long as the bills are getting paid and you're not spending your money on crap, and I'm not spending my money on crap either, like, I feel like we're okay. I don't have to be showing you my bank account when we get into a relationship.
So I mean, at some point you're gonna have to disclose it. So yes, I think it's a good thing to do that. How early into the relationship you have to do that is whatever. You just be like, yo, this is what I got, and that's it. And then once you, I don't know, later on in a relationship, and when you really get into the nitty gritty, you could break all that shit down. But I think it's fine.
So I believe that we should show each other bank accounts early. Like, you don't have to show them your pay statements or whatever, but just what you're working with.
My bank account is my business. Shit, you don't need to know that. Nope, I do not agree with it. Absolutely not.